Well, hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is JG Francoeur. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of Visture Property Group and Visture Property Management. We specialize in property management for real estate investors just like you. We specialize in single family, all the way up to small multifamily in the Peterborough market, in the Oshawa market, in the Durham market, in Lindsay, in Orillia, and in Huntsville. And we own and or manage roughly about $50 million of real estate in these regions. And it's with pleasure that I bring you this rental market update for the market as of December 4th, 2023. This is the rental market update specifically for Peterborough, Ontario, and it's my pleasure to have you here. So this won't take very long. I'm going to go through different charts that we have access to and also different information and really give you a sense of where we're at in the rental business right now as it relates to Peterborough. You're going to find this, I think, fascinating as a real estate investor because it's going to help you determine your next move. There's a lot of opportunity right now for real estate investors. There's a lot of great deals out there in the marketplace. And I think it's important for real estate investors to have a really good view of what's going on in the rental market. Too often, real estate investors do not look at the rental side of the market when they want to acquire property. Oftentimes, investors are only looking at the price of real estate, and they're not really factoring in all of the pieces of the puzzle. In order for you to make data-driven decisions, you must know exactly where you stand in the rental market. So let's dive in, take a look at what's happening in the rental market. Here I have four, you can see this chart here. I'm looking at four different product categories. Number one, we have whole 3 bedrooms. So that blue line is whole 3 bedrooms. The red line is whole 4 bedrooms. That means single family 3 bedrooms or single family 4 bedrooms. We also have there upper 3 bedrooms. So many of the real estate investors we work with, many of the properties we manage, they're duplexes, they're triplexes, they have uppers and lowers in the 3 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms category, which is why I have this on this chart. So let's break down and go through every single one piece by piece. So as you can see, single family 4 bedrooms is up. Right now, you're just under $3,300 is the average of what the price is renting for. Now, the question you might be asking yourself is, where are you getting this data, JG? And this data comes from a combination of MLS, as well as a rental survey and a database of rents that we keep, as well at the DI Vault. So this is really, really accurate information. This is what we are seeing feet on the street. Don't forget, we have millions and millions of dollars of rentals. So we know this data inside and out, and this data is extremely accurate. So right now, single family 4 bedrooms. So if you have a single family house and you want to rent it and you're thinking, how much do you think I can get on average? And I'll dig into the data in a second and show you the distribution. But on average, you're looking at about $3,300 for a 4 bedroom right now. 3 bedrooms right now, as you can see, you're looking at just under $2,900 is what you're seeing on average in the 3 bedroom, single family 3 bedroom. If you have an upper, let's say you have a duplex and you have an upper 3 bedroom and a lower 3 bedroom, you can expect that that upper 3 bedroom is going to fetch just under $2,500. Somewhere between $2,400 and $2,500 is pretty much the average right now. And on a lower 2 bedroom, you can see that right now we are doing just above $1,800, about $1,850, $1,900 is the average for lower 2 bedrooms. Now, what's interesting about this graph is not only to know where it's at right now, but you as an investor should be asking yourself the question, okay, this is good to know where it's at, but where's it going? And I'll share that with you in a second. I want to draw your attention. This data goes all the way back to the, essentially summer of 2021. And you can see it tracks all the way through 2022 and into 2023. Look at what has happened with the rents. They have pretty much correlated along with interest rates. As interest rates started going up and mortgages became unaffordable for many people, that brought a lot of people over to the rental market. So one of the questions we often get is, what is the renter profile right now? And the answer is, it's fantastic. There's a ton of phenomenal renters out there, and it is a really, really great time. Visture Property Management has a database of well over 10,000 people that have applied for apartments with us over the years. And I got to say, We have a list of people waiting for apartments, a list of them, people that want beautiful and well renovated 2 bedrooms and 3 bedrooms, and not only single family homes, but really, really nice apartments with nice amenities, with good management. The rental pool is really, really good out there if you have good management. By the way, if you don't have any property management, I highly recommend that you look at Visture Property Management. I think we do an exceptional job in the markets we serve, which is Durham, Oshawa, Bowmanville, Peterborough, Lindsay, Aurelia, as well as Huntsville. So what's interesting here, as you can see, is look at this single family 4 bedrooms. They have really went up. We're up to just about $3,300, and it was only about a year and a half ago, just under 2 years ago, that it was just over 2,600. So we went from 2,600 up to 3,300 in that amount of time. Even if you look at single family 3 bedrooms, we went from just over 2,400 all the way up to essentially 2,900. So we went up $500 per month in that amount of time. If you look at upper 3 bedrooms, they have gone up as well. We went from 2,200 up to about 2,500. They went up as well. And if you look at 2 bedrooms, we essentially went from about $1,750 up to $1,850. Now, 2 bedrooms right now is the only category, as you can see from this graph, where in the last but a month and a half, we've had a downtick. We've had actually a trend where 2 bedrooms are coming down in price. And we're going to see what's going to happen with that. I don't expect that's going to continue, by the way. The rental market is just too tight in order for that to continue. There's not enough 2 bedrooms out there. So I think you're going to see this flatten out and then start to increase again. But right now, you're a little bit lower. And as you could see in kind of middle of September this year, the price for a 2 bedroom was just under $2,000, whereas right now it's about $1,875 to $1,900. So the rents for 2 bedrooms have come off $75, $50, maybe $100 at very most. And again, that's normal. This is how rents actually end up going up, is you push the top of the rent curve, it then flattens out, and then you go on another run. So nothing to be worried about there. Now, if we look here and we dive into each individual data, I want you to look at this. This is for single family 3 bedrooms. And as you can see here, single family 3 bedrooms, most of them are in that 2,800, 2,900, 3,000 area. That's kind of the middle of the bell curve. And what you can see here is the upside potential, and our artificial intelligence has calculated, the artificial intelligence at the DI Vault has calculated that the upside potential is negative, which means you're pretty much at the top of the rent curve right now. When it comes to single family 3 bedrooms, we're not going to push that any further. We're going to we need to let the market catch up to the rents. And this is quite normal. So there's nothing to be worried about there. But if you think that you're going to go out with a single family home, a 3 bedroom, and you're going to get $3,500 or $4,000, the odds of that happening are very, very slim. In that $2,800 to $3,000 range is where the majority of them are being rented. Now, let's look at the next graph. This is single family 4 bedrooms. So as you can see, single family 4 bedrooms, it's a very different graph than this one. The 3 bedroom has a very traditional bell curve where essentially the center of the curve is right in the middle. You can see this is a much broader perspective here on the 4 bedrooms. You can see there's a ton of them being rented. Over 20% of the market is being rented at $3,000, and then another 16% at $3,200, and again, another 19% at $3,500. So what this means is the quality of the single family has a lot to do with the price you can get. You even have a couple of 6% of them at $3,700, 6% of them at $3,800. So this is a very wide distribution. That means that the upside rent potential is neutral, meaning if you have the quality, you might be able to get more than the average. But as you can see, single family 4 bedrooms are definitely renting. And I will say this, as someone who manages a lot of rentals, and we have an exceptional team at Visture Property Management, I have to say that this category of people attracts an interesting renter profile. Because if you're trying to get $3,500 or $3,800 or $3,700 for your rental, you might not be able to rent that to one single family. you might have a blending of families coming together in that price category, where you're going to have two families trying to come together to rent this 4 bedrooms. This is often what happens, and you have to decide whether that's a renter profile you want or not. It's interesting. There's no doubt about that. Next, I want to show you the upper 3 bedrooms. Now, the upper 3 bedrooms, as you can see, the over 40% of the market is being rented between $2,400 and $2,500. So that's clearly, the middle there. And as you can see, there is a wide distribution. So it goes anywhere from 2,000 all the way up to 3,200. In fact, almost 8% of the market is rented at 3,200. What's interesting about this is, again, if you have the amenities, if you have the location, if you have the quality, you might be able to push up a little bit above average. But right now, the AI is actually rating this as upside potential neutral, which means that you're probably going to be in that 2,500 range, give or take. That's for upper 3 bedroom. If you look at lower 2 bedrooms, you could see that over 20% of the market is rented at $2,000. And right now, you can clearly see with this graph, we are skewed to the right. What that instantly means, ladies and gentlemen, is your upside potential is negative. This means the 2-bedroom market has pushed beyond what it can handle, and the market needs to catch up now. This could take a month. It could take 2 or 3 months. It could take 6 months. It depends on what happens with the rental market. But right now, we are definitely at the edge of this market, and we expect that more of this is going to come down. So right now, as I mentioned earlier, the rents for 2 bedrooms have already softened a little bit, and we expect that this is going to essentially flatten out over time. And as we head into the holiday season, ladies and gentlemen, this is probably some of the worst times to be renting apartments, which is why at Visture Property Management, we do something super smart, and we never end leases in December. If we can, we end leases in October. We push leases until January, February. We do not want to end leases in December. So again, if you don't have good property management, if you don't have good property management practices, I highly encourage you to check us out at Visture Property Management. If you go to visture.ca, visture.ca, you can see we have courses there that we offer for people. You can talk to our incredible sales team, and they'll help you out. I want to touch on one last thing here, and that is the overall pricing of the market. This isn't rental price. This is the price of real estate. And this is just to give everyone a bit of a sigh of relief. I know a lot of investors over the last year, 18 months have kind of gotten very nervous about where their properties are at. And this is a graph that goes back all the way down to 2005. And as you can see that right now, Peterborough's has definitely come off its highs. The average benchmark price has come down from 800 to about just over 650, I believe. And what's interesting about this is you still, depending on when you purchased, assuming you bought pre-2022, the odds are you still have a lot of meat on the bone there. And you really have to consider that real estate investing is a long-term play. If you're buying real estate and you're looking to make a return on investment immediately, that very minute, that very month, that very quarter, sometimes that can be difficult, especially if you got in at the top of the market in 2022 and you maybe bought something for 700 or 750, and now it's only worth 650, or whatever your case is. I just want to reassure you that the market is a long-term play. And if you look at this growth, the current right now 15-year growth pre-COVID, that means taking COVID out of the equation, the 15-year growth in our market in Peterborough is 7.7%. The last 10 years pre-COVID was 8.7%, and the last 5 years pre-COVID was 14.4% per year, just in property appreciation. So I want you to breathe a sigh of relief. If you're a real estate investor, if you're watching this video, breathe a sigh of relief and understand that it is in these times where you need good property management That's what we do here at Visture Property Group and Visture Property Management. You need good partners. You need people who are going to be on your side. You need to find the right tenants. You need to care for those tenants. You need to manage those clients really, really well. You need to manage your real estate really, really well. And that's what we help real estate investors do here in the markets we serve. So it's with pleasure that I bring you this rental market update. If there's anything else we can do for you, please don't hesitate to reach out. Go to visture.ca. That's Visture, Visture, visture.ca. Or you can actually send us a text message if you want, or you can call our office, and it's 705-998-2017. That's 705-998-2017. You can text us there, and we'll get back to you as well. At Visture Property Group and Visture Property Management, we actually specialize in a couple things. We specialize in property management. We also specialize in construction renovation, specifically for real estate investors. We help with property conversions. We help with coach homes. We help with purpose-built development. And we've been in the game now for well over 10 years. And we serve the Durham market, the Oshawa market, the Bowmanville market, the Peterborough market, the Kawartha market, Lindsay, Aurelia. We serve all of those markets, and we're happy to help you. So hopefully you've found this useful. Please like, share, subscribe, and pass this on to another real estate investor that is in the Peterborough market. And if there's any way we can help at Visture, please don't hesitate to reach out.